on and jam. It's time for Super Slam. Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, we're going to be chatting about some flesh and blood because there is some exciting new news to chat about in the world of Fab. If you guys are watching this the day it comes out, then yesterday, LSS has announced the release of Super Slam, the newest Flesh and Blood main set, and it's something worth being excited over. It has a bunch of new heroes. I'm not going to talk about any of the stuff that's been revealed. You can go check out the main page if you want, but I just want to take this moment to once again gush over the fact that LSS continues to impress me in terms of presentation. I think that if you are a Guardian hero main, then this summer is looking to be like the ultimate treat for you. Because what? We've got 3 sets now coming out in the next few months that are very heavily on Guardian. Yeah, Super Slam is going to have... Is it called Super Slam? Yeah, it's called Super Slam. Super Slam is Guardian and Brute based. There are revered Guardians and Brutes and reviled. Guardians and Brutes, revered and reviled, are just new talents by the looks of it. New ways to play the classes. But yeah, there's new heroes for Brute and Guardian. Guardian getting some really cool toys again, because there's what? There's this set, Super Slam. Then there's the Guardian Mastery Pack, which is going to front load a bunch of neat toys for Guardian players. And then there's going to be Smash Palace as well next month. And that one's going to be... I think that one's a self-contained box. It's a UPF designed set. So you can't really play those heroes elsewhere. But it's still a nice little all-Guardian experience. So I think that's pretty cool. I also think it's pretty cool how, once again, LSS is doing some more experimental, janky hero designs, because we are getting our second ever 3 intellect hero. And let me tell you guys, I'm a huge fan of Data Doll, the first 3 intellect hero. I absolutely love janky nonsense. She's janky nonsense. She's my favorite hero. If you know anything about me as a Flesh and Blood player, you know that my favorite class is Mechanologist, and you know my favorite hero is Data Doll. I just love it. Hey, James White, if you're listening, could you please give us an adult Data Doll? I'd very much appreciate it. Thanks. That aside, Tough Nut looks like a fun guy, because he's just a 3 intellect big old brute. His ability doesn't seem all that impressive at first. It's pitch a top card of your deck. If it's got 6 or more power, the crowd cheers you. Crowd cheering being just the new revered mechanic. And his cards are going to give you benefits if you've been cheered this turn. And whenever the crowd cheers you, you create a toughness token, which is a new static token. That doesn't seem at first glance to be all that powerful, right? It doesn't seem all that powerful. But the fact that they gave him a 3 intellect tells me that the payoff, his cards that are designed to work with him, there's going to be some strong stuff there. After all, when it came to Data Doll, they were really worried about her getting items for free. So that just tells me that they designed him with a very powerful ability. I can't see what the power is, but I also don't know what all the cards in the set look like yet. The other revered hero in this set is the Guardian Pleiades Superstar, who has a guitar in her art and is not a bard hero. James White, what are you doing? I can't accept that. How do you give them a guitar? Or it looks like a guitar. It looks suspiciously like a guitar. Like a guitar. And she's not a bard. What are you doing? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We scroll down a bit. Go, take a look at the article. We have the 2 reviled heroes, KO. This is the 3rd KO card. Third KO iteration, I suppose I should say. And yeah, he is once again only got 1 arm. They didn't continue the joke. They didn't make him no armed. Whatever. We also have Lyeth Goldmane, a Vile Savant. And this is where the other jank comes in. Because this is the first 5 intellect hero. That's right, a nice little subversion there. Not 3, 5. And he's got a bunch of penalties on his card printed out, so looks like they are designing him with that in mind. You get more cards in your hand, but they're all weaker as a result. So that appears to be the overall angle they're going at with that hero. Cool stuff, cool stuff. I've got to say, overall, I'm not a Guardian player. I'm not a Brute player. But it's kind of crazy how easy it is to get excited for new Flesh and Blood sets. When, even if there are sets that you otherwise wouldn't necessarily be interested in because they are for classes, you don't play. I mean, I was super excited for High Seas because I had a new Mechanologist hero with a new angle on Mechanologist that doesn't play anything like previous Mechanologist cards, so it might as well have been a new class, but hey, it is what it is. But even here, with a set that has no Mechanologist support whatsoever, it's easy to get excited for it because you can see just how much energy and effort is being put into making some really interesting heroes and some cool cards to go with them. The other thing to talk about when it comes to Super Slam is the return of the super rare card rarity, which was kind of phased out a while ago before I even started playing Flesh and Blood. And that's something to note when it comes to LSS. They're always kind of tweaking the rarity system. Most TCG companies are tweaking their rarity system in some form or another, but it feels like LSS is really toying around with it a lot, especially when it comes to their higher rarities. Super rares are like a midpoint between rare and majestic. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, let me know, but it is what it is. I think they're cool. I think they're neat. I think the fact that they're bringing them back, the fact that they're bringing back super rares in a set called Super Slam is kind of funny. Just going to put that out there. That's a pretty punny way of reincorporating them into the game. There's not much else to talk about. I'm not going to break down all the cards they spoiled today or talk about the trailer. Although it is a fun trailer. It was very fun to watch. But I am going to say that, yeah, if you are a Guardian hero, if you are a Guardian player, the next, 3 months of Flesh and Blood are going to be like crack to you. So many good sets coming out. So many good products just for you Guardian players. I'm kind of jealous. Knock that off. Give us 3 months in a row of Mechanologist support. That'd be great. At the end of the day, this video is just, hey, there's a new Flesh and Blood set coming out. I'm super excited about it. There's a lot to be said about some of the new design choices, and I haven't even covered the fact that this is already starting to affect the secondary market. You know, Rock. Rock, for those of you who don't know, is an older Flesh and Blood weapon that you can only play if you have 0 cards in your hand. It's a brute weapon. There's a brute in this set that only has 3 intellect, so he has less cards in his hand to work with. Seems to me that some people took notice of that because Marvel Rocks on the secondary market have been skyrocketing all day. It was a $50 to $60 card yesterday, and as of the recording of this video, it's over $100 with sales. Fun. So people are definitely noticing, and I've talked about this before when it came to Flesh and Blood and its higher rarity cards that are kind of cheap. I've mentioned in a previous video a while back how you should always be keeping an eye on even slightly interesting older cards, especially if they are rarer older cards with a new unique mechanic or gimmick or whatever, because you never know what's going to come out in the future that's going to make those cards look good, appealing, and attractive to investors, speculators, or players, whatever have you. And here, once again, we have an example of one old card getting a big pump on the secondary market just because one new hero looks like it can play it. I love Flesh and Blood so much. Anywho, that's all I got for you kids today. I don't want to turn this into a crazy ramble rant. I will See you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very, very much. I'll see you next time.